It's a very good question, but in terms of our team, like with our quick movement from defence to the forward line, our strength definitely is our pace in our forward line when we get the ball up there. So pretty much just have to utilise our pace out in the wings and get the ball back into the middle and obviously through the goals. So yeah, it's pretty simple, but we obviously have to do it first. Yeah, it's true. Or we do have a pretty young squad, but there is, although they're 18, 19, 17-year-old kids in our team, we do have a lot of older players that give them that belief that they can step up to the plate, which they have done throughout the year. So obviously being a grand final is a lot more spectators, a lot more you have to put your body on the line a lot more. But with the belief that they've done it all year, they can certainly do it again. No, I reckon it'll be done in 90 minutes, to be honest, because we both have very, very strong attacking players. So there'll certainly be plenty of goals, I reckon, scored. So honestly, I reckon it'll get done in the 90 minutes. We've got a few. We've probably got about 8 or 9. We've got a couple of new young players that have come through the ranks this year. They've only started playing senior grade in the last 3 or 4 weeks or so. But we still have a fair few of the older guys. Depending on who gets in the team, really, you've got Sam Quick, you've got likes of Hudson, Majestine as well. Simo, who started in our seniors out on the wing. So it just depends on who, because we've obviously got a lot of numbers to pick from this week. So it just depends on who gets picked, really.
It was pretty easy, really. They sort of knew that whoever was going to take over would. At the end of the day, we still have a game of football to play every Sunday. So it was just more about James has decided not to continue. So whether it was myself or someone else taking over for the remainder of the year, was just we need to concentrate on what was at hand, which was still one more home and away game, and then hopefully finals and getting to obviously a grand final, which we have been able to achieve. It's just concentrate at training, and on Sunday just worry about the football and let your ability to play and what you guys know to do take its course. And they've done that quite well. It's hard to say. He's played well there, but he's also played well when we've pushed him out wide. He's improved as the years gone by, and obviously the result last night showed that he has been very consistent all year in the polling of the Star Player Award. He's one of probably 5 or 6 guys that are very versatile. We can play them in multiple positions, and I think Sunday that might show, if different situations arise and we need to change things up, the players are more than capable of just filling a role, and they can play that role quite comfortably. So that's certainly a strength of ours. Look, he has trained. There is no reason why he can't, but we've got a whole squad to pick from. Our reserves and thirds, unfortunately, are not in the grand final, so we've got a big list to pick from, and there's been a lot of training, so they're all putting their hand up. So it's more about, as a coaching group, picking the right 15 or 16 players that we think will do the job against Twin City. It's really horses for courses, I suppose, because each team's different. SSNA, we played a certain way against United. We did in Twin City. Will be different again because they're all different teams. So we'll just have to wait and see after training tonight and make a decision. Extra special, I suppose. It's 2 Wodonga teams, so it's no different if we were playing United or Myrtleford last year. We both make a grand final, so. We'd like to beat them, but obviously they like to beat us as well. But I just mentioned today before we came in that this is the first time in the 40-year history that Diamonds and Twin City have actually played in a men's Div 1 grand final. So it's very unique. So we haven't actually had a history together as far as that goes. So whoever's going to win will obviously be one up. So it'll be interesting to see. Nicola will start. Whether I play him in defence or up front will just depend on our structures and how we set up. But he was very good in the reserves all year, obviously winning the awards. So and he's more than capable of playing in the senior team. So we'll definitely start with him, and it'll just depend on where we want to play him. I have spoken to him during the week. He seemed to be all right on Monday. He actually felt it the week before and played the whole game out. So it was more a precaution that I took him off just to make sure that if we were going to get through, we'd want him for next week. So at this stage, he is right, unless I hear otherwise, because he's working in Melbourne and they won't be up here till tomorrow night. So at the moment, it's all good. So we'll just have to wait and see till I catch up with him tomorrow.
Yeah, look, Diamonds obviously have a senior team in the finals, and like Richie said, the Rezzies and the thirds are probably putting their hand up to play, and they'll have fresh players on the bench, which is a luxury we probably won't be able to have with our reserves and thirds in the grand final as well. So if there's an advantage to Diamonds, that's going to be it. But we've done it all year, so we've had our thirds, reserves and seniors playing every week, and we've backed up, and it's been a fantastic effort from a whole squad. So players going up and down week in, week out, and no one's really been, no one's complained or had issues about it. So we're there as one unit, which is good. Yeah, Jace will be back in. He was a late withdrawal on Sunday, and then the previous week we had a couple of players out against Hotspurs as well. So this week we'll have our full team back again, which is a bonus for us. So yeah, we won't have any excuses Sunday, I suppose. Yeah, look, they're dangerous players, and we know that. And sometimes, I sort of grew up with Richie back at the club at Diamonds when I was younger, and sometimes when teams have their backs against the walls, that's when they perform their best. And it's not the first time a team's come from lower on the ladder to win a cup. We're well aware of that. So it's difficult to do the league and the cup double. Diamonds did it last year, and it's a credit to any team that can do it. So, they've got good players on the park that are dangerous. Paul Brunick can step up and score goals within 5 or 10 minutes as well. So, we're certainly wary of their good players. But I think if we concentrate on our game and what we can do, obviously we've got the best attacking record and the best defensive record as well. So we'll back ourselves. I think we've been slightly off. We've had shuffled things around a little bit in the two finals games. You're right, we haven't scored many goals, but if we go back a step, we've certainly had a lot of chances. So that's probably the positive. And credit to a couple of goalkeepers in the last couple of weeks. They've had really good games as well. So hopefully it all comes together. And the pressure's off. I think there's a bit of pressure for the league winners to make the grand final. Now that we've done that, I think we can all relax and enjoy it a bit more, and that's when we play our best. It's a grand final's a different game. It was 4-2 last time, and we didn't have Zach Walker or James Coote, so it's going to be a totally different game. And I'm sure there was players that Diamonds didn't have that will play on Sunday as well. So we don't look into that too much.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've played in a few bigger games, I think, back home, but this is one that I know what it means to the people here and within Twin City. At the club, definitely, people like Harry Willem and Tutty and people like that is a big occasion for them, and I want to win just as much as anyone else at the club, definitely. Yeah, back in the day, there's a few. Away at Wigan was probably one of the highlights, in front of about 15,000 up there. So they're in the Premier League at the time, making my full debut up there. That was in the League Cup, so that was definitely a highlight. Swansea away, Notts Forest away, games like that, Sheffield Wednesday, they're nice stadiums to play in. So yeah, they're big occasions, but this one is definitely up there because I'm playing a bit more of a bigger part this time, where I was a young lad. Back then I was 17, coming off the bench, where now, obviously, being a part of the team, it's a big thing and something I'm looking forward to. That was for Bournemouth, AFC Bournemouth, so that was League One at the time. They've progressed since then, but yeah, that was League One. Oh, yeah, the few games League One, the League Cup game was obviously Wigan. Yeah, definitely. It's something, it's crept up on me if I'm honest, because you always, when you're a young lad, you think you're going to be young forever playing and you're always part of the young team and stuff like that. So it's definitely crept up on me, but no, I've definitely enjoyed it. I like to think that I've helped a few of the younger lads out in our team. And yeah, we've got a few young boys like Meso and Harry Flanagan, Westy, boys like that who have definitely stepped up this season. And I like to think that I'm someone who they can talk to and hopefully pass on a bit of advice and knowledge to. In my opinion, Zach is definitely good enough for A-League. I played with a lot of strikers, but Zach's definitely up there with his natural ability to finish. And it's not just coincidence he's always in the right place at the right time. Even Sunday, he didn't score, but he's getting 4 or 5 chances a game, and that just isn't by fluke. That's just a natural instinct, and he's always in there. And he's definitely been one of the players that, for me playing with, I've enjoyed the most because he's got such a good football brain that I can link up with him and Matty Gray and stuff like that really well. He's always on the same wavelength. So, no, Zach is a very, very, very good player, and I think Melbourne obviously didn't work out for him last time, but I think if he went back to that level again, I would have no doubt that he'll succeed.